Welcome you all dear students. In today's session I am going to teach you about the poem To a Pair of Sarus Cranes, which is written by Manmohan Singh. As you can see here, there are two birds, Sarus cranes, a pair of Sarus cranes, right? You can observe this bird and let us see about the poet Manmohan Singh, an officer of the Indian Administrative Service. As you know, IAS, right? He is an IAS officer. He is a contemporary poet. Contemporary in the sense modern time, modern period. We can say present time or present or recent. So, till today he is alive. His poems have been published in a number of magazines. Say his poems have been published in a number of magazines. This poem is chosen from his book titled Village Poems. From the book Village Poems, this poem is extracted for our reading, right? Let's go to the poem. Yes, To a Pair of Sarus Cranes, written by Manmohan Singh. Let's go through the activity. The greatness of a nation. So, here, greatness of nation and its moral progress can be judged by the way its animals are treated. Opined by Mahatma Gandhi. See, it's a statement is given by Mahatma Gandhi ji, right? Mahatma Gandhi ji opined that the greatness and the greatness of a nation and its moral progress. See, these two are depending on the basis of how the people treated animals. Got it? So we can immediately judge the way that people treated animals. So that is what greatness, the greatness of nation and its moral progress. See, morality is very important. We have to show kind of morality towards animals or birds or people, right? Who are lived around us, right? So in this way, Mahatma Gandhi has given importance to that greatness, the greatness of nation and its moral progress. It should be judged by the way that people treated animals. How true is this statement? Discuss in page. I thought that we are going to understand these two concepts by reading this poem. Okay, let's move on. Yes, the very first stanza of this poem contains 4 lines. The male was shot. Her, what is that male? Male is referring to the one of the birds. So, what is that? So, there are 2 birds. One is male and another one is female. Here, the male was shot by using gun, right? Who are they? So they are none other than hunters. Hunters came there and they shot the male bird, right? Let us go through. As he necked, who is he? He refers to male. As the male bird necked in the sense stretched its neck, stretching its neck. Why? In order to pull the reluctant sun out from the rim of horizon. Horizon in the sense skyline or the surface area of the earth. Okay. So let me draw one picture here. You can understand by that way. You know, here sun rising. Sun is going to rise from that horizon. Here bird came there by using its beak and pulling that reluctant sun from the horizon. Here the beautiful picture is come to our mind. This male bird is going to pull the sun. So which sun? The reluctant, unwilling. So sun is not happy to come out from this horizon. So there this bird is going to use its beak in order to pull the reluctant sun from the rim of the horizon. So that is the image we can notice here. At the time, hunter came there and shot this bird. Immediately this bird is fell down and died. So this is the image is used here. Got it? And the poet is used figure of speech. What do you mean by figure of speech? A kind of decoration. In order to decorate the language, he used figure of speech here. So that is nothing but hyperbole. So what do you mean by hyperbole? Hyperbole in the sense exaggeration of something. Here poet is going to exaggerate the thing he noticed. So what is that exaggeration? By using its beak and pulling that reluctant sun, that is what? Exaggeration. Why did the poet use this kind of figurative language? It's very simple. In order to decorate the beauty of the poem. It's very simple. So here image is very clear as I drawn here, right? You can notice. Let's move on to the next stanza. Here you can notice the beautiful picture, the picture of Sarus cranes. Look at the neck of this bird, the birds, right? It's very huge, the very clear image how bird is. Got it? So that is what? Proud of its neck. The beauty is hidden wherein? Its neck. That is the beauty of this bird. Let's move on. She flew crying as he was picked hands and jaws, jaws, and a proud neck was humbled to lie like dirty linen in a coarse washing bag. Let us point out this particular image. So what is the image is used here? Image is very clear. She refers to female bird, female bird who lost its partner. Female bird flew flying in the sky. How? Crying. Why? Because it lost its partner as he was picked up hands and jaws. As he was picked up. Who is he? He was picked up hands and jaws. See, he refers to that bird which was shot by the hunter, So that is what male bird, male bird was picked up hands, by using hands. And jaws, what do you mean by jaws here? Jaws, the part of the bird, part of the bird we can say, or somewhere vertebrae or bony part of the bird. Got it? And a proud neck. See here, hunters came there and shot this bird, and they are going to pick the bird from their hands. Hands? How? By holding jaws and a proud neck. Like I told you earlier, the beauty is hidden wherein its neck. And what they are doing? Proud neck was humbled. They are going to hold the neck the way that here humbled in the sense lowered the dignity. See, this bird's neck having a kind of dignity, the dignity is going to lower here by holding the neck of the bird, right? In this way, the beauty of the bird is vanished because hunters only needed this bird's dead body. They don't want to see that beauty of the bird, they don't want to enjoy the beauty of the bird. The bird is going to pull the reluctant sun, so they don't want to see. Got it? How they treated this bird? By taking that coarse washing bag, coarse washing bag, coarse, very rough bag is used in order to carry this dead body of the bird, male bird. How? They took that dirty linen, the way that dirty linen, the waste materials are kept wherein the bag or the dustbin, that is the way here this these hunters, they carried, they take, they are capture this bird's body like dirty linen, the waste thing. Here bird is seen as beautiful, right? The beauty, the proud neck is used in order to highlight the beauty of the bird. But your hunter, he doesn't give importance to the beauty of the bird. They took the bird. How? Dirty linen, the waste materials are thrown outside or in the dustbin. That is the way he carried the bird and kept into that coarse washing bag. Here beauty is vanished just because of this hunters. She circled. Who is she? She refers to female bird, Female bird is going to circling everywhere in the sky. In movements of grace, what do you mean by grace? The respect. See here, she is going to give respect by circling where in the sky, because it lost its partner, over is disgraceful. And see, somewhere this bird felt disgraceful. Why disgraceful? Here hunters, they didn't give respect to this bird, but here this bird is going to give respect in the form of circling that sky. The hunters, the killers refers to that hunters went away. They took the bird and went away, and she returned. Who is she? The female bird returned to the death scene in the sense the where that bird where the bird was shot, right? With grief, very deep sadness that inscribed its intensity. What do you mean by intensity? Emotional, the power. What is the power here? One more word is power, and another one is we can take emotional, sadness. So the bird comes there with sadness, the feeling that this bird lost its partner. In doors and pits, as we notice in the glossary, we can say short and long cries of the female bird. See here, this bird came where the place wherein the place this bird was died, came there and crying kind of deep a deep sorrow is expressed by this bird, like the Morse code of bird's sorrow transmitted into the air. In this way, this bird expressed its uh, sadness in the form of symbolic language. How? Let us go through. With her beak, she kissed a few feathers, picked the ones that wind had not taken away, and sat to hatch the blood-stained feathers into a toddling chick. See here. With her beak, female bird, with the help of its beak, she kissed a few feathers which lay down the place where the bird was shot. Picked the ones. So this bird, female bird, picked one feather that wind not wind had not taken away. So all the feathers are taken by the wind, but one one feather is laid down the place where the bird was killed, and by holding this feather, by taking this feather, this bird sat to hatch and sat to hatch in the sense how that female bird is going to give kind of warm to its um, what we can say that eggs and all, right? The way that egg is presented in order to produce its the small young one, right? That is the way that this bird took that feather and sat to hatch the blood-stained feathers feathers having a kind of blood mark there, right? The stain mark of the blood is there, is visible. This feathers, by taking that feather and going to give birth, because into a toddling chick in the sense toddling, the word toddling is used here, walking with short unsteady steps, is highly impossible to this bird to give birth to this female, because only feathers are left here. Bird is taken by the hunters, but here bird lost its sense, the sense. It's in the form like female bird was out of her senses after the death of the male bird. It is very um, deeply sensed that the bird is lost. A wave of the seas she had never seen came to her from far away. So here also we can notice a kind of image here. So what is the image here? Wave of the seas. Is it possible to come? No. But here wave of the seas she had never seen. Who had? The female bird didn't see that wave of the seas came. So wave of the seas came to her nearby the female bird from far away. So we can immediately say it is nothing but personification. Personification. See, what do you mean by personification? Personification in the sense kind of figure of speech. The act of giving a human quality or characteristic to something which is not human. You know, in other words, we can say that where a non-living or inanimated thing is described as if it had a life, it is called personification, right? Here, non-living thing is considered as living thing. Here, wave of the seas, immediately we can say that it refers to death or grief, the sadness of the bird, right? Immediately we can focus more authentic way is that death, you know, wave of the sea, this phrase refers to death, you know, death is used here, death death came, death came to her, the death came to her, she had never seen, female bird had never seen death, but it came near to her from far away. So it is nothing but personification, because mm, inanimate or a kind of abstract concept is used as a kind of living thing, right? So that is nothing but personification here. Yes, let's move on. And carried her to him. Who carried? Death. Death carried her, I mean female bird, to him. To him, him refers to male bird. He is already died, She went away. She went away. This bird went away beyond Hume's words. Hume's words, Hume, a Scottish philosopher, is used in his book. The concept is it's about pair. Pair. That pair exhibit great grief for their male keeping for weeks, at times about the locality where their partner was killed. The similar concept of this birds, that similar concept is used by this Hume, right? So that is a philosophy is used here. But when we come to this poem has a kind of a sense, that is go beyond that Hume's words, beyond the legends. Legends, what do you mean by legends? Legends, we can say stories from ancient times about people and events that may not be true, right? So here legends also not suitable to compare with this image, the way that she produces, expressed, it's a feeling about a male partner. And fables of human love, fables of human love. What do you mean by fable? Fable, a traditional short story that teaches a moral lesson, especially one with animals as characters. For example, Panchatantra tales and Aesop's fables. But here, um, the image, the the situation of these two birds, male and female, both these birds lost its life just because of hunters. Hunters here is seen as cruel, cruel person who came there and killed one of these two male bird, right? But with the shock of the male bird, immediately this female bird also lost its life. So this is the image is used here, and this is what go beyond of these three concept Hume's words, legends and fables of human love. So this kind of love is eternal here, because um, male partner as male partner lost his life just because of hunters and all. The same with the grief, the deep sadness is expressed by this female bird by hatching one of the feathers which is laid down on the place where the dead body, right, the place where the bird was killed. So in this way, the poet is going to give a kind of message. So being a human being, as Mahatma Gandhi opined that the greatness of a nation and its moral progress can be judged by the way its animals are treated. But here in this poem, how birds are treated by the people, right? See, people, they only, they don't want any a kind of beauty which is presented before them. They want only their self, selfish desire and all. Just because of that reason, here we lost this beauty wherein this poem, these two birds are a kind of beautiful image, is used. So thank you, my dear students.